we have an ongoing Hollywood strike going on right now. There's writers, there's actors, everyone's really starting to get involved. This is starting to become a really messy, drawn out thing where there's really not much going for either side in terms of like, coming to a common accord here on this one. So I'll bring up a picture here just real quick of essentially like a film that's going to be coming out in the near future, or hopefully. It was shooting and they had to stop because of all the ongoing strikes and so forth. But someone brought up this question in a Facebook group. So I'm my apologies for not remembering the name, but essentially it was a great idea. They said, okay, maybe the streamers can tackle this. How will 1/6 collecting be moving forward with ongoing Hollywood strikes? So Kiko, I got to ask you, bro. I mean, what do we think Hollywood is going to do here? Like, if there's not new shit being pumped out, what are they going to like revisit Terminator? Are they going to go after old shit? Maybe expand lines? I mean, what do we expect to see if these strikes go on longer than we anticipate?
I think we talked about that last week or the week before when it announced those like new licenses that they had gotten.
Right.
And I think that's exactly what they were thinking, when they eventually got them. And who knows, but you're exactly right. If there no new content, there can't be new figures coming out. You have to go back to the well. And so then you have to go look at what licenses you have. So maybe they're like, hey, we need to put out another Matrix figure because we'll lose the license. And hey, if this goes on long, we may need to revisit some old figures. Let's put out this one now. And so absolutely, they'll have to go back to some older IPs and do some deep benches. And I don't think that it is in their financial interest to go and do re-releases or reissues or anything like that. I think they are going, because I don't know. I don't know their internals. I don't think that we talked about that last week as well. But yeah, they're going to have to go to their bench of the things that they have under their belt and what they're good at and what sells. Obviously, we saw Star Wars sells. And that's why I think they got a lot of those like League of Legends and all those things like that. And they're like, okay, we can milk this for a lot. And they're going to go into that. It's good. No one wins when strikes are going on, when it comes down to a bunch of powerful people and, money and such. A lot of people are hurt through it, especially the people that are striking for a good cause. And they're like, hey, we need to play the long game here to help our livelihood moving forward, blah, blah, blah. I'm not a part of a union. I can't speak to what that's like, having to go through that. But a lot of people get hurt through this. No one wins, essentially. Even the big corporate fat cats with all their money and all that, they're losing money. No one wins through this. And so people are going to get hurt. And, people are going to lose jobs still that they don't have already. And, it is what it is. So I guess we'll have to see, what they're cooking up, because if the well runs dry, you got to pull something out your ass.
Yeah, I mean, I think so, bro. And I think honestly, you could be looking at more Predator figures. Maybe they make Kiko not reissues, but 2.0s. Maybe they go back to Terminator and they say, okay, here's your battle damage Arnie DX13 2.0. We updated the head sculpt, maybe give it real leather or something. I don't know. Maybe they make another T1000. Maybe they go back and make a new Neo with a better head sculpt. Maybe they finally put up that John Wick with an updated head sculpt and make that up for PO, right? That could be something in Kane. But they're going to have to do something if there's not enough content to come out, because right now, I mean, there's some shit coming out, but that's going to dry up real soon if this doesn't end. So that's why I'm really wondering what's going to happen here. I mean, I think you might start seeing, again, look, you could see more stuff in terms of like, say they go back to Revenge of the Sith for the anniversary in 2 years, right? And they say, okay, we're making that Chancellor Palpatine with that everyone wants. We'll make that. Maybe they'll start updating some other stuff, maybe make some other versions. Maybe they'll just make a sculpted Anakin 2.0, whatever. I don't know. There could be a lot of different things, but yeah, I don't know. Dean, what do you think? I mean, where do you think this collecting realm is going to head? I mean, with all these ongoing strikes.
That's a really good question.
Yeah, the guy who posted, I was like, that is a really good question. So thank you for.
Oh, okay, yeah. Whoever came up with that was a great question.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I mean, yeah, picking up new licenses of maybe like shit we've never seen before, or like not as, maybe like, I don't want to say not as popular, because obviously it needs to be popular, but like cult classic kind of stuff that is popular, just when it was out wasn't like a mainstream kind of thing. Like, I don't know. I really love like Scott Pilgrim, right? Dude, talk about a lineup of figures you could do, right? The fucking Scott Ramona knives, the bands, the Evil X's. I mean, that movie is stacked, right? So going back and finding properties that have a good following that you can make, going back, doing 2.0s, revisiting a line, like RoboCop. I mean, they made what, RoboCop and Ed 209. You could do a Lewis. You could do a Kane. There's a lot of characters on RoboCop you could do that we've never done, and they just redid RoboCop recently, right?
Yep,
Or
I
it's
think
just
you
like
waitlisted already. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, you could dive back into that line, like you said, the Terminator. Go back. The '80s have kind of made a comeback. It'd be really cool to see like 2.0. Fuck, what's his name from Commando? Arnold's character.
Oh, dude. Yeah. Or even Arnold from Predator, first Predator.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and unless Disney's, still giving stuff out for like this, like Deadpool 3 and other shit that, well, I don't know, because even all their Star Wars stuff they canceled, so I have no, everything's up in the air. So that's a really good question.
Dude.
John Matrix, thank you.
It's a wild
It really is. It's crazy.
I mean, this is all the shit. Like, again, we had COVID a couple years ago, so the entertainment industry obviously took a huge turn in that way. And then now the theater industry hasn't really recovered. And then besides Barbie's fucking killing it. But other than that, the rest of
what the fuck is that
dude,
about?
Barbie made $1 billion, right?
Killing it. Yeah.
Well,
it's the highest grossing Warner Brothers movie.
Is that they're like, it passed the Dark Knight. I was like, for one, let's rein that in a little bit. There were 74 million tickets sold to the Dark Knight. That was also 20 plus years ago, and inflation. Adjust for inflation, Dark Knight still takes it. The Barbie, I'm sure, is a revolutionary, cutting-edge movie, but it's not the Dark Knight. It's not as good as the Batman
anyway. So,
of course. But I'm just saying.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd probably rather watch Barbie if I'm being honest.
Well,
then
dude.
What?
Yeah, he doesn't like the Dark Knight.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, he doesn't like the Dark Knight. Yeah. Kiko was ready to like throw a shit fit. And he's like, "Oh, it's Dean. It's okay. It's fucking cool." Yeah, but I mean, and honestly, like Carlos had asked, honestly, Hot Toys Barbie, I don't rule it out. This film made $1 billion. It's still going. It's still climbing. It's 1.2 billion right now. Like, it's killing it.
It's the next Avatar.
I mean, they could make a Barbie and a Ken. I wouldn't fucking. I mean, look, I haven't even seen it yet, so I would like to see it though. I heard it's pretty good, but I like Ryan Gosling and of course Margot Robbie, but. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm interested to see how Once It's Collecting is impacted. I mean, look, I'd like to see more 2.0s and, new stuff. Maybe make, we talked about Rooted Hair Iron Man in the chat I saw, and then, Rooted Hair Terminator. Dude, come on now. Let's do it. So, yeah, guys, let us know in the comments below about what you're thinking. So, yeah. Really interesting to see. I want to see how the collecting realm is going to change with 1.6, but I guess we'll find out. So, and thank you so much, OG Star Wars, bro. I won't read the super chat unless you want me to. I will go back and read it if you decide you want me to. But since you gave me permission, I'll just say thank you so much for the super chat, and I'll just leave it for now. But if you guys, it's just good fun, bro. Just like everyone can sort of, just joke around with each other, and don't take Carlos too seriously. I promise you, he's full of shit. So don't take him seriously. So he fucked Kiko in the Ecto one, so it's fine.
On the Ecto. Well, it doesn't sound right. Like fuck me in the Ecto one.
No, I mean I said on the Ecto one, so it's fine.
Yeah, I don't want to visualize myself being fucked by Carlos on the Ecto.
Oh well, no, I don't think anyone went to that point. So I mean, I
mean, he did put a chat. He did put a chat link in there for some OnlyFans.
He did. I mean, he's not above it. So yeah, absolutely.